Hey, how you doing YouTube? I'm back in another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the Detroit Pistons should be feared or why they are the next super team in the NBA. Now, what I'm going to be saying in this video is not going to be guaranteeing anything. I'm not saying they're going to be this next beast of a team. I make a video like this for every single team. So if you are new to this channel, I'm going to inform you on what this series is. I make a video kind of like this for every single team in the league, why they're going to be the next super team or why the NBA should be scared of them. And I'm not saying that it's going to be thing. I mean, I have to make it one for every single one of these teams, so don't think I'm just biased Detroit Pistons fan, but I do think this team could have actually a bright future ahead of them. So I mean, without further ado, I'm not running on too much, let's get right into this video. This is the first time we get into first video is going to be their front court. Now what I mean by this is that obviously they have one of the best front courts in the NBA, as they have a duo of Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, and those are two very good big men in this league. Blake Griffin's a very good power forward, and Andre Drummond's in the top 5 center in the league, maybe top 10. I don't know if I'd give him top 5, maybe top 10 center in the NBA. I mean, they're both two all-star level players at that backcourt position, which is a very valuable thing to have. Two all-stars in general on the team, and I mean, to the point to where like they can benefit each other. What this backcourt has that a lot of other backcourts do not have is like they can score at a pretty high level, as Blake Griffin averages 21 points per game and Andre Drummond averages 15 points per game. And I mean, they are definitely one of the best 1-2 punches at that 4 and 5 position in the entire league, in my opinion. And I mean, from the backcourt, they also like can support each other though. Like they support each other and like kind of complement each other's games very well. As like, although Drummond, he's a very good rebounder, as he averages 16 rebounds per game, he's not a great scorer. But I mean, with Blake Griffin, he is a good scorer, as he averages 21 points per game, but he's not a great rebounder, only averaging 7 rebounds per game. So I mean, when you look at it, they kind of benefit each other, because Andre Drummond helps pick up Blake Griffin's lack of rebounding, and Blake Griffin helps pick up Andre Drummond's lack of scoring. And I mean, it really just helps cover up each other's weaknesses, and it's really going to benefit the Pistons to have someone, or have two players that can just complement each other as well as they do. Because I mean, Andre Drummond's not a horrible scorer. He averaged 15 points per game last year, but I mean, when you can have another player in your backcourt to like really pick up that scoring from like the forward position, that is very valuable. I mean, especially at the level that Blake Griffin can do it. If you can have a 20-point per game score from your 4 or your 5, that is a extremely valuable thing to have on your team. And then when you have such a great rebounder, where you can get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and kind of take the load off of Blake Griffin from having to get all the rebounds, something that he is not as good at as Andre Drummond, and he can kind of like pick up Blake Griffin's lack of rebounding as well. I mean, they just complement each other very well, and it is always nice to have star players that can also complement each other's game. Houston has the best like that. I mean, Chris Paul and James Harden, those are two superstars that complement each other. And I mean, the Pistons kind of have the same thing going with the backcourt, just instead of a front court, it's their backcourt with Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. But now my second reason for this video is going to be their defense, as last year they were ranked the 8th best defensive team in the entire league. And I mean, that is kind of self-explanatory. I mean, they have Andre Drummond, John Lure, Stanley Johnson, and Blake Griffin. All of them can play very good defense, and all of them are in the top 35 in defensive win shares in the entire league, which means that pretty much like the defensive ranking. That's pretty much like how good a player is defensively wise, and all the best defensive players are ranked in there. And I mean, to all be in the top 35 and all of them are pretty much get a lot of time on the team, that is a very good defensive team. And I think defense is the key to have a good offense, because the more turnovers you get, the more fast breaks you get, the more points you score, the faster your pace is. It just benefits you a ton, and you need a good defense to succeed in this league when you have to guard teams like the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors, the Lakers, like teams like super teams like that. You just have to worry about guarding them, and you have to have a good defense to slow down their offense, or they're just going to outscore you on any given night. So to have those players that can play defense like they do on the Pistons, that is going to be very beneficial to them. But now my third and final reason for this video is going to be that their offense is going to improve. As I mean, last year they were ranked 22nd worst in the league, meaning they had the 8th worst offense in the entire NBA. But I mean, this was mainly because last year their starting point guard and Reggie Jackson, who's a borderline all-star, missed a big chunk of games last year due to injury. As in the last time he played over 60 games in a season, he was able to average 18.8 points per game, which is a very, very big chunk of points that you are missing out when Reggie Jackson is injured or out for the season. I mean, if you can get around 15 to 18 points per game from Reggie Jackson a game to go along with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond scoring, your offense is going to shoot up. So if Reggie Jackson is able to stay healthy, he will be a very, very nice addition to the team. And I mean, he's a very good starting point guard. Not very good, but he's a starting caliber point guard that a lot of teams do need. But not only with Reggie Jackson being out do they miss his scoring, but they will also miss his ball movement and how he lets the offense flow through him. As I mean, since the 2014 through 15 season, he has never averaged under 15 assists per game. And I mean, that is very, very good. I mean, when you have a point guard that can score and dish the ball and get every team and all the teammates involved that are on the court at the time, that is going to be a very, very nice addition to the team if he can stay healthy. I mean, a big key is Reggie Jackson can stay healthy. Now, they did add Jose Calderon just in case he does get injured. I mean, Jose Calderon will be a decent backup point guard. I don't think you're going to get many places if he's your starting point guard. So I think Reggie Jackson, that offense is going to rely on if he can stay healthy. Because, I mean, not only is he going to help the scoring just from how he can score, but he's also going to help Blake Griffin get more points and Andre Drummond get more points just because how he can pass the ball and have very good court vision and kind of help the offense flow a lot easier than it would without him. But another reason for this, why I think their offense could actually improve is going to be Blake Griffin. I mean, he should improve this offense a lot. I mean, he was only with them for the second half of the season, so they weren't really meshed well yet. But now that they're going to be meshed pretty well going into the next season, his offense is going to probably start affecting it right away. And that 21 points per game is only going to help him. And I mean, 21 points per game, 7 offense. I mean, he averaged like 3 offensive rebounds per game. I mean, when you can get extra possessions to go along with just ultimately a good score in Blake Griffin for an entire season, that offensive ranking is probably going to go up. And that's at least in my opinion. But now let's just recap what I said before I do end off the video. Their front court, I mean, they have one of the best front courts in the NBA, if not the best. Andre Drummond is elite. So is Blake Griffin. I mean, Blake Griffin has kind of fallen off a little bit only due to injuries, but he is still an elite player in this league. I think he's a tad overrated, but I do think he is a very, very good power forward in this league still, and probably a top 5 power forward, I mean, right now. And yes, he doesn't rebound very well, but I mean, he makes up for that lack of rebounding and scoring, as 21 points per game from your forward position is always something good to have. Andre Drummond, he still gives you 15 points per game from your center position, which is still very valuable, but he's mainly there for rim protection and getting rebounds. Now, he has been working on his outside shot and just scoring in general over the offseason, adding a jump shot, so no telling how that's going to be. It'd be kind of cool to see if he has a jump shot this year. But my second reason is going to be their defense. Obviously, the defense was a strong suit last year, and I'm sure it only got stronger with the additions of Jose Calderon, and I mean, Stanley Johnson's a year older. I mean, all of those players that are pretty good on defense are just a year older. They're all meshed together. They're playing again for the second year now since they added Blake Griffin, so I mean, it can only improve the defense from there, barring any injuries. And then, I mean, their offense is going to improve if Reggie Jackson can stay healthy. That's about 15 points per game from their point guard position, and I mean, he's going to help flow the offense better, and Blake Griffin is going to be with them a whole year despite half a year, which is going to improve their offense by a lot. So I mean, just with all these reasons, I do think that they could be potentially a scary team in the NBA. But I want to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you think that the Detroit Pistons could be a good team to you? Do you think they're going to be a playoff team? Do you think they're going to be a lottery team? I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions below. Do you think Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond's the best backcourt? I really just want to hear all your thoughts and opinions below. And y'all have been killing it lately. I mean, 719 subscribers. I cannot thank y'all enough for it. Y'all have been killing the like button, or not just like button, subscribe button. Y'all have been killing all the support on the videos, and I mean, I just cannot thank y'all enough. Y'all are really helping me do what I want to do, and I mean, that's just the best gift I could ever ask for. I mean, I'm gonna keep grinding for y'all, and I mean, I just can't thank y'all enough. I feel like I have to say thank you after every video. God's just put me in this position to bless, and I mean, with the fact that He put y'all here, I mean, subscribing to me, I mean, I have to say thank you to it. And obviously, I'm blessed. But like I said, this is the end of the video. So if you like the video, point the like button and subscribe button. And I hope you have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye. Boo.